Let's go out to Melissa in Mansfield, Ohio. What's up, Melissa?
Hi, Dr. John. Thanks for taking my call.
Of course. Thanks for calling. What's happening? How can I help?
I'm wondering, at what point do I distance myself and my children away from my parents or keep fighting for the relationship?
Whew. That sounds heavy. Tell me more.
So about 10 years ago, my husband and I made the decision that we wanted to leave the Mennonite community and culture. And my parents didn't take it very well. And they said that I needed to still wear a covering to be welcome in their home. So we decided, okay, we can do that. And we did that for many years. We tried our best to honor that request. And then lately I'm just feeling like I'm done. I want to be accepted for who I am. And my sisters and I were in a prayer study time for a while, and I found out recently that my mom wants to not be part of it because I don't wear a head covering to pray. And I'm just not sure if I have the strength to keep fighting or if it's just time to walk away.
So I'm going to say something really hard that you know innately in your bones, but I'm going to say it out loud, okay?
Okay.
Your parents have chosen their faith over you.
Yeah.
And so it's not a matter of you continuing to fight for a relationship. It's a matter of you accepting a reality and where it lies. And I'm not going to judge your parents, and I'm not going to judge you. Y'all have each made the decisions that have brought you here.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel that you can no longer wear a head covering, I applaud you from the depths of my soul, because I know what that value costs you. And our values always cost us things, whether it's jobs or relationships or whatever. They always have a price to pay.
Mm-hmm.
And in a sideways way, I applaud your parents. They're willing to lose their daughter.
Mm-hmm.
That's one heck of a value proposition that they are subscribing to. Right?
Yeah.
What gets stuck in the crosshairs is you're just a girl who wants her mom. And mom is saying, I'll only take you if you dress right. And at the core of our guts, that hurts, man. And I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it does.
And you just want your kids to go play with their granddad like you have in that picture in your head around the fireplace. And granddad says, I'd love to, but you got to dress right. Otherwise, they're not welcome in my house.
Right.
And that hurts bad, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And exhale, because I can feel it on you. Exhale out. It is. It just is. So there is no fight here.
Okay.
There's grief.
Yeah.
And grief is not something you do with your fist. Grief is something you do with your hands wide open. It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm really sorry, because you've had this idea that if I just keep playing the charade, or I just keep pretending that everything's going to be okay, and it hasn't been okay for a decade.
Right. And they've changed, they told us one thing and then they've changed that criteria in the past, so I know it will.
But they're allowed to.
Yeah.
And you're allowed to change yours.
Okay.
They're grown-ups. And so I'm not going to fight what was. I'm not going to fight what I want to be. I'm going to accept it. I'm going to have my heart broken by it. I'm going to be grieved by it. And then I'm going to figure out what comes next. Because what's the alternative? There is no other alternative other than to continue with a charade, something that I'm not, something I don't believe in, and teach my kids that your values are only as strong as your cowardice. Or and that your kids will feel that tension leading up to the 3 weeks to go visit grandma and granddad. They're going to feel that awkwardness while you're there.
Mm-hmm.
And it only is going to get worse as you get old. Don't subject them to that.
Yeah, because they're already bringing up questions. They're already starting to ask questions.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. And I would hope you're raising kids that ask good, hard questions, right?
Yeah.
So they made their choice, and now you've got to make yours.
Mm-hmm.
And so if your mom chooses to not be a part of your new Bible study because of how you dress, she's allowed to make that choice. And you can tell her, hey, we'll continue to set a spot for you because we'll miss you.
Mm-hmm.
And that might be some time of weeping. That might be you writing a letter to her that you're never going to send, that you put in the fireplace sometime in January, but you write the letter and just say, hey, you're my mom, and you're supposed to love me whether I've got certain clothes on or not.
Mm-hmm.
And I miss you. And here's what you're going to miss. You're going to miss your daughter, and you're going to miss your grandkids. But I've got to find people that are 5, 10, 15 years ahead of us, me and my husband, that can mentor us, that can be there for our kids, because y'all are choosing to not. And that's their choice.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
I really, really hate this for you. I hate this for them. I can't imagine they want to be losing their daughter and grandkids.
Yeah.
So what comes next?
Let them know that we probably won't be at their holiday get-togethers.
Or maybe this year, you guys just let them know, hey, we're doing our own thing this year. Leave them out of the equation. This year, we're not going to travel. This year, we're doing our own, just smaller family intimate gathering. We wish y'all Merry Christmas. Kids can FaceTime grandma and granddad and call it. Make this about you. You're making grown-up choices. Fight's over. Putting my swords and my shield down.
How do we explain it to our children?
How old are your kids?
7 and 9.
That's probably a little bit too young for them to fully grasp the gravity of things. And so I would let them know that this year y'all just made some choices that we're not going to go to grandma and granddad's this year. We're going to do Christmas at home. But why? It's just going to be best for our family this year.
Okay.
What are 2 or 3 things you guys want to do? And be very certain that on Christmas morning or whenever y'all do your time together with your family, you're going to be so sad.
Yeah.
Feel it. And let your kids know, I'm just missing grandma and granddad. Tell them I miss them this year. Well, why don't we go see them? It wasn't good. It wasn't good for us this year. Okay. At some point, you will have to say, I no longer buy into this particular parts of this religion, and I don't believe in wearing a head covering. And grandma and granddad said that either I wear a head covering or I'm not welcome in their home. And either y'all wear head coverings or y'all aren't welcome in their home. And I chose to follow my beliefs and my values. And at some point, you have that conversation with them, probably closer to 11 or 12.
Okay.
When they can fully grasp it. And I think you do it not out of spite or hatred and your grandparents stink or whatever. No.
Right.
I mean, they think this is an eternal decision they're making. They wouldn't stake their relationship with their daughter and their grandkids if they didn't think that.
Right.
So cool. I'm not going to fault you for it. But I don't have to participate because I'm an adult.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? This is the language of somebody who has stopped the war.
Okay.
Okay. And this is going to be, by the way, you've been fighting for a decade. You're going to have to learn a new identity. You haven't lived in peacetime.
Correct.
You don't know how to live in peacetime. And my guess is your mom has been, oh, geez. Y'all have been fighting for a lot longer than just 10 years. Is that fair?
Yeah.
You don't know how to
Yeah.
live in peacetime. So I want you and your husband to go spend some time mapping out what a peaceful life is going to look like. Let's build this thing and let's try to lean into it. Let's just don't wander off into the desert because you're going to run out of water.
Uh-huh.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Hang on the line. I'm going to send you a copy of Own Your Past, Change Your Future for you and your. I'm going to send you 2 of them, both for you and your husband to read together. And y'all can highlight your own, keep by each other by the bed. And then you can walk through, all right, in this upcoming new year, what do we do? What do we do next? After we have to own, here's what has happened. Here are the stories we were born into, and here's the stories we're not carrying with us anymore. And by the way, if you're listening to this on January 2nd or after the new year, I realize that sounds pretty strange because we record this before the Christmas holiday. And so you may have already endured Christmas holidays or are experiencing the back half of your first year of boundaries. Just know, as you head into 2023, the more you can own reality, the more you can give other adults in your life the grace and opportunity to make the choices they want to make. Like the first caller, you want to hit me? Cool. I'm out. Actually, that's a terrible example because in no way is that cool. You're going to jail and I'm leaving. You want me to do something that goes against my core religious values? Great. You're not welcome here. Or great. I'm not coming. You want me to do what at work? Yeah, I'm not doing that. I wish you the best. You as a business owner are allowed to demand that of your employees. I'm going to choose to not be one of them. And I may not be able to choose it right now, but I'm going to spend the next 18 months working 3 jobs or 4 jobs and getting myself in a position so I never, ever have to take this again. I'm not going to fight you. I'm just going to head out. And I've created a non-anxious life that allows me to do that. 2023 is going to be the year where we lay the swords down and the shields down. We stop fighting. And we just go live our lives.